Hello mums, it's Nikki from the Mum Cook Club. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. Tonight's just a really quick one. I've got dress rehearsals for some of the kids tonight, so we need to get on the road. Tomorrow morning's a busy one, so I thought it might be actually fun to get some breakfast out of the way at dinner time. So instead of making dinner tonight, I'm actually going to show you the Berry Bircher Muesli that we really like to whip up. So I've got all the ingredients out here. It's super easy. Basically, you can put it all together the night before, throw it in the fridge in a container, and then first thing in the morning, it is literally ready to go. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. So basically what we use for our Bircher Muesli is some rolled oats. Now, I like to use the whole oats. You can use the quick cooking oats if you like. And of course, any brand is fine. So we'll put those into the mix. Everything is raw, nothing is cooked. I like to put some coconut in. I've got some shredded coconut there. Tip that in there. Can we see everything there? Come on over a little bit more and see what's happening. And then what we're going to do is I've got a cup of milk here. So that's 1 full cup of milk. You can use skim, you can use whole cream. This is just some cream. I like to make it extra creamy for the taste, for a bit of a treat. So I'll just scoop that out there. And then this one here is just a vanilla yogurt. You could use a plain tart yogurt if you wanted to. That's completely up to you. Or the other thing you could do is you could actually use a flavoured yogurt. So whatever is your preference there. What I like to do often is use a coconut yogurt, or even a soy yogurt is really nice in there. So that is that. And then what I like to do to make it extra crunchy for all of us is I like to finely slice up some apple. So I've just sliced that through. You can see that I've already sliced those through there. And then literally we're going to, whoopsie, sharpen my knife, might help. I'm actually going to take him off the top, that'll make it easier to cut through. So literally just some nice little fine matchsticks of green apple. You could use red apple. You could use some nashi pears if you wanted to. It really is up to you. Green apples are good because they actually don't go black, which I like. Put them over there. If you wanted to make that more finely diced, you could cut that through the other way, but I quite like having the matchsticks. There we go. That was a bit better, wasn't it? Right, so we just toss all of those in to the mix. Throw them in there, like so. The other thing I've got here is about 1/2 cup of walnuts. Again, you can use any nuts you like in there. You can use walnuts, you could use pecans. Brazil nuts are really yummy because they stay really crunchy. One of mine actually loves pistachios, so they would be good in there too. Pop him back on there. And again, this is just all about some nice crunchy texture, which I love, and those will stay crunchy overnight as well. What I like to add in then is literally just 1 teaspoon, this is actually that stevia rather than sugar. I just like that as a natural alternative. Again, depending on the yogurt that you use, you might not even need to add any sugar. Ours was an unsweetened yogurt, so I just like to put in that teaspoon of sugar. I like to put chia seeds in there. Overnight, as they absorb some of that liquid, they're going to become nice and kind of gelatinous and give that a nice texture. So at the moment we've got that, and I'm literally just going to mix all of that together. There we go. So that's probably a little bit more milky than you would normally have your Bircher, but don't forget that those rolled oats are going to absorb a lot of that moisture. You could probably even put a little bit more in, to be honest. You probably could have gone with 1.5 cups of milk. And then what you can do, it's completely up to you. I like the look of the pale Bircher, and then we add our berries in the morning. But you might also like to make a really pink Bircher. So if you did want to do that, which the kids would probably think was lots of fun, you could put your berries in. So what I've got, again, you could use whatever berries you have. Mine are all frozen today because I didn't get a chance to grab any fresh ones. We've got some frozen raspberries there, frozen blueberries, and then we are all obsessed with pomegranates. So I like to buy those little pomegranate seeds already frozen. If I've got time, I'll use a fresh pomegranate and I'll crack that and get all of the seeds out. But for tonight, I'm actually going to mix. I'm going to put half of all of the berries in. So we'll put in half the raspberries, half those blueberries, and then half of those seeds, and then the rest we can use as a little garnish just to make that look really pretty. So there you are. You can see all of those lovely textures in there. And then what I will literally do for tonight is pop all of those into a Tupperware, or tubware as one of the kids likes to call it. Pop him in there just like that, and then in the morning I'll actually just pop those into bowls. All the kids can actually do it, and it will be ready to go. So there we go. I'll just seal him up, and that can go in the freezer. So that's it. That's breakfast ready for the morning. You don't need a lot of that because it's really filling. So you know your younger kids are probably only going to need 1 or 2 tablespoons, and the slightly older kids can have a bit more. You can add a little bit more milk if you wake up in the morning and it's not quite as soft and gooey as you'd like, or you can have it as it is. Thanks for joining us. We'll take a photo. We'll put the recipe up on the page. We'll also put it on the Mouths of Mums website. If you like the video and you're just new to Mouths of Mums, like us on Facebook so you can see what we're up to all the time. We're also going to put all of these videos on our YouTube channel. So thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.